guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. If you are new, hello, my name is Lexi. I would love for you to subscribe. I make new videos every week, and today is going to be a makeup tutorial on this gorgeous look right here. You know, obviously I'm just sitting at home and I was like, you know what, I just want to play with makeup. I just want to have fun. I haven't been able to like get glam and get ready in so long, and it's just been killing me. So I'm like, let's sit down, let's do some makeup. And I started just kind of like going through Instagram, kind of getting some inspiration. And you know, I started looking at Kim Kardashian, and like, look how gorgeous these photos. How cute. Don't mind my nails, by the way. Like, stunning. And I noticed in a lot of her pictures, she's been rocking like a brown smoky eye, winged liner. Obviously she always has her like big luscious lips, and I wanted to do a lot of like face, you know, structuring today because she always has a very nice contour, and just, you know, she's beautiful. But I just wanted to, you know, get a little inspiration from her and kind of recreate her look in a way. And I love the way it turned out. I think it is gorgeous. So I don't want to ramble on. Let's just get into the makeup tutorial. All right, so the first thing that I'm going to do is prime my face. I'm using the Cover FX Blurring Primer and Pore Minimizer. I'm just taking a little dot of this, rubbing it between my fingers, and then pressing it into my face. My skin, I've been moisturizing the crap out of it, so it's super hydrated, but I have a very large pores in my T-zone, and I want my foundation to sit on my face and just have that like airbrush, flawless, extremely smooth skin, and the primer really does a good job at helping with that. Okay, for foundation, I'm going to be mixing these two right here just so that I can get the right shade. I really wanted to use just the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I absolutely love the texture of this. It really does give you that like flawless, full coverage, just skin-like finish to the skin. Does that make sense? Skin-like finish. It looks like your skin in a very like beautiful full coverage way. But I think this is a little light for my skin tone, so I'm just going to do a couple drops of the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow 24-Hour Foundation. This is another favorite of mine, so just so I can get the right shade, I'm going to do mostly this, a couple drops of this, and I like to just kind of mix it on the back of my hand. And I'm gonna use my damp beauty sponge to just blend this out all over my face. All right, now I'm going to conceal any problem areas just to make sure my skin is looking as good as possible with the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. Now, I definitely have like a dark spot here from like a pimple that I had. I have a little dot here that never goes away, just like some redness, obviously dark under eyes, veiny eyelids, like all that stuff I just want to get rid of, and applying the concealer really helps with that. And also, Kim Kardashian is known for having like the perfect bright under eyes. I would say like 10 years ago she went really crazy and had extremely like blinding bright under eyes. She's totally past that. I think we kind of all are. I think we all kind of went through that phase in makeup, but she does still, you know, keep her under eyes very just like bright and perfect. So I do recommend for that grabbing a concealer that is maybe a little bit lighter than your skin tone, just to kind of not only conceal but to brighten here and then even down the center of your face. So this one is a little bit brighter than my skin tone, so I'm just going to use this for concealing and brightening. But if you wanted to, like, I recommend if you had acne, kind of cover up the pimples with a color that is like as close as possible to your skin tone, and then for, you know, a little bit of brightness, highlighting here and here, try to find a concealer that is lighter than your skin tone. And I just find that that's the best way to, you know, do the best of both worlds, is just kind of have two different colors. So you can see it's obviously lighter than my skin tone, so I want to brighten under the eyes and then brighten the center of my face. I'm gonna use this to kind of prime my lids too. Instead of using an eyelid primer, I like to just do some concealer and setting powder. Now I feel like I belong in like a tribe on Lion King or something. I love it. So I'm just gonna use the damp sponge to blend this out as well. You don't want to be smudging the product and picking it up and moving it around all over. You want to just pounce right where the product is placed, so that way you're not moving it around and it just slowly blends into the skin in that spot. Okay, so before I set my face down with powder, I'm going to use a couple more cream products, and next I'm going to do a cream contour. I know Kim is really big on her cream contour, so for that I'm going to be using the LA Girl Pro Conceal High Definition Concealer. This product is, I think, $3, and it performs amazing. They're using it as a regular concealer. It's great as well, but I like to get a shade that's just, you know, darker than my skin tone to contour, and it works really well. So we're gonna do Kim's famous 3. She talks about it all the time. So let's see if we can do it in one motion. Let's see. The 3. Okay. The backwards 3. All right, yeah, that's pretty close. I'm also gonna do a little nose contour because I know she always has that like perfectly snatched nose, so I'm gonna do that as well. I like to just do 2 faint lines to kind of sculpt it out. A little bit on the tip, and then I like to do, and I know she does sometimes too, to give your lips that like big effect, do a little bit of contour underneath. It's gonna make your lips look a little bit bigger. So now I'm gonna use my, no, I'm not gonna use my sponge. I'm gonna use a brush. I'm gonna use this like stippling brush to blend this out. This concealer like blends like a dream, you guys. It's so good. So I really like using the brush, but then I can kind of clean it up and pick up any excess product with the sponge. Then I'm going to take a smaller brush for the nose contour here. Blend it out with the brush first. Nose contour is always a little bit scary, you know, because like, whoa, it kind of looks very intimidating and it can look very fake and dark. So I like to just kind of go back and forth again between, you know, the brush and using the sponge to pick up excess product and really just kind of push it into the skin until it looks as natural as possible. And then I'm gonna clean it up with some of the translucent powder as well, which I will show y'all in a second. Next, I'm gonna put on a little bit of cream blush. Kim always has like the most gorgeous blush color, and I love this one so much. It is the NARS Torrid Liquid Blush. So I'm just gonna give this a good shake, and then I'm gonna put, this stuff is like a little goes a long way, so I'm gonna put a little pump on the back of my hand, and I'm gonna place it with my finger, like where I want it. And then I'll blend it out in a second. Like, whoa, I know it looks crazy, but this stuff blends so beautifully. gotta take your time and work it in. Okay, so the cream products are gorgeous. I love the way that it looks. We're definitely getting, you know, the Kim K sculpted vibe, but now I definitely want to set it down and bake a little bit to give us that bright under eye, kind of sculpt even more and make sure it's really going to last. So I'm gonna be using the Mercier translucent setting powder. So I just like to put some of this in the cap, and then I wanna make sure I get, you know, my under eye creases pressed out again before going in with the powder. That's super important, or else we're just gonna lock the creases into place. But I like to make sure that we are not creasing. And then I actually like to pick up the powder on the sponge. This is seriously the best way to do it. And then press. And you want that white cast. So it really is locking everything in. I don't want it to go too low on this blush, so it's nice because you can kind of just brush that part away. I'm gonna put some on my eyelids just to kind of set them down as well. And then this is where I like to really sculpt out that contour. So again, just using the sponge, it just works so well. Make the little fishy face and just kind of drag. Map out, you know, where you want that kind of sculpting to come in. And we're just gonna let it sit for a little while. And then the excess I do on my chin, my forehead, just because I like, you know, get oily there. And I want to make sure it's super just, you know, airbrushed and nice. And then even for my nose now, if I feel like, you know, I put on that contour, but then it gets a little messy, we can just clean it up with powder, which is really nice. So I know it looks crazy and messy, but it works so well. I'm literally gonna try to take the skinniest line right down the center to like brighten it up. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's gonna work. So we're just going to let this sit for a couple minutes. My camera's actually about to die, so I'll be right back. My camera died, but all I did off camera was after applying all of that powder, I just used this nice fluffy brush and brushed away all of the excess powder, and my skin looks so good. I'm obsessed, and now I'm ready to go in with some powder products, bump up this face, and then do some eyes and be done. So I'm just gonna continue working on the face. I'm gonna open up this Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm gonna take the darkest shade right here just to really bump up my contour, because I think it got, you know, everything gets a little lost in the sauce, and with the blush and everything, it kind of all meshes together. And I just want to define it a little bit more, so you know, just a tad with some powder. We need to take the excess off here, and then smooth that out. So I just wanted to bump up the contour a little bit, but other than that, I think it looks really good, and I'm just dying to put something on my eyes, so I'm gonna do that next. First, let's do the brows. Okay, seriously, like Kim's brows are perfection, and with quarantine, you know, mine aren't gonna cut it. They're not gonna get there, but we're just gonna do the best we can. So I am just going to brush these brow hairs up and fill them in like I always do. No like crazy brow routine there. Just the only tips I can give you is, you know, make sure you're brushing the hairs up, trim them if you need to, especially, you know, while we're all staying in and everything. You know, don't be afraid to cut them down if you need to. And then just with a pencil, just extremely light, which by the way, I'm using the CoverGirl soft brown ultra fine brow pencil. And, you know, I just found like extremely light-handed small strokes is gonna give you like the most natural hair like microblade effect, I would say. So just small strokes, and then, you know, continue to brush the hairs up. And we're just gonna do that on both sides here. Okay, so to complete the beautiful brown smoky eye look, we're going to be using the MAC Nude Model palette. This is just such an amazing palette, whether you're really into makeup or you're not. So I love it. And let's just start with this shade here in our crease, just to give us a nice transition shade. So I'm gonna pick that up on a big fluffy brush, and we're just gonna start working that into the crease as a start. And the key to these smoky eyes is just kind of taking your time and building up the color. You don't want to go in too harsh right away. And with any eye look, I always do the transition shade in the crease. It just makes everything blend so seamlessly, no matter like what colors you're using. And it kind of gives you that map of like, okay, here's my lid and here's my like under my brow, and we, you know, are putting the nice little transition barrier here. So I am now taking this mocha color right here. I did it on my right eye, but now I'm going to show you on the left eye how I like to just put this on the outer corner. So I like to kind of first pack it where I want to place it. So kind of get it, you know, where you want it first, and then blend it out. And then I like to just do circular motions and then go a little windshield wiper in the crease. So outside corner, bringing it into the crease a little bit. And we're just gonna slowly build that up. Just wanna make sure everything is just nice and blended up into the crease. Again, I kind of go back and forth with my blending brush because smoky eyes is just all about the blending. So now in a lot of pictures, actually, Kim with her smoky eye, she'll have like a very bright inner corner. So I'm gonna pick up this shade right here. It has a little bit of shimmer in it, but if you're not into that, you can definitely just use like a lighter matte shade. She definitely has done both. And I'm gonna pick this up on my finger because I just feel like it's the easiest way. And I'm gonna pack that on my lid, just on the inner corner. Babe, I'm filming.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure you were okay.
Okay, I think that looks really good. Now I'm gonna take a flatter brush and I'm gonna go back and forth between these two colors again to smoke out the lower lash line. So I'm gonna start with the lighter one and pick up the darker one. This just kind of, you know, when you're doing a smoky eye, just kind of makes everything come together. Now I want to do a little baby wing. I've noticed actually Kim and Kylie Jenner have been rocking wings lately, and you know, they totally have that cat eye effect. It's so beautiful. So I'm gonna use the Honest Beauty liquid eyeliner to apply a little wing. pray for me. Wings, just for some reason, never get easier to accomplish, but we're gonna go for it. Okay, I think it looks really, really beautiful, and now I'm gonna apply some mascara. Typically, I would totally put on false lashes because that is just, I really think it would make it amazing, but just keeping it real, like this is still quarantine and I just can't be bothered with all that. So I'm gonna use my favorite L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara, and we're just gonna apply many coats of this to get our lashes popping, but if you want to apply falsies, totally go for it. "50 coats of mascara later, upper and lower lashes, we are moving on to the lips, and I'm going to be using this duo right here. The lips are so important for this look. This is the Milani Color Statement Lip Liner in Spice. And then I'm gonna fill them in with the NYX Liquid Suede Cream Lipstick in the color Soft Spoken. These are two of my faves, and it's just gonna give that really nice, like, darker nude lip that, you know, Kim loves to wear. And then obviously you're gonna want to overline a little bit. You know, they all have the just big, beautiful, luscious lips. So I'm just gonna overline a tad, and then that like darker contour that I put under my lip is gonna help too, to give that like effect. I am loving this. This is just turning into such a beautiful look in general. I do want to finish it off with just a touch of highlight, not anything too like beaming, but I love this Makeup Forever Pro Light Fusion highlight. This is the number 2. It's like the goldy, a little bit more goldy than the other colors. Let's see, I'll just use this brush right here, just like a flatter, fluffier brush. And I'm just gonna very lightly hit the high points of my face. But I love this because it just gives like a very subtle, like pretty glow. Nothing too like beaming. All right, let's hit it with some spray. This is the Mario Badescu facial spray. I love this. And then I'm just gonna lock it down with my cute little Amazon fan. All right, we gotta take the hair out. All right, guys, this is the final makeup look. Obviously, Kim K inspired me to do this makeup. I don't know how much it looks like her, but regardless, I just think it is a beautiful makeup look, and it was fun to just kind of, you know, look at a bunch of pictures and get inspiration from her and just kind of, you know, have fun doing some recreating. So if you guys like this tutorial, please give it a thumbs up. Do not forget to subscribe before you leave so you get updates on all my future videos. I love you guys, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.